Hey all, sorry I look like absolute crap. Um, just one of those days, it was a day off that I sat and did a whole bunch of crafts, which some people would say I was doing nothing, although I was building up more of my inventory for my business, but we'll get onto another thing with that later. And I do still plan on doing the queer history and crafting. I've been doing a lot of research on it, just updating you guys, I guess. So, I've been doing research for different aspects. Like the Stonewall riots, I'm really not going to worry about doing too much research for it. My youngest is that will be probably the only video they do with me. And they're not even really going to be shown in the video, but that way I will have somebody who has done all that research helping me out with it. And then I started researching the flags because I do want to do the history of the flags. But when I was researching the flags, oh boy, did I find a whole bunch. So you have the different iterations of the all-inclusive pride flag. You've got the Philadelphia pride, the Gilbert Baker, the trans-inclusive, POC-inclusive, intersex-inclusive. It's amazing how much there is there. So I started kind of putting them in categories to maybe do an all-inclusive video on certain ones. So I have obviously the regular all-inclusive pride flags, and my question is, should I include the queer flag along with that if that's considered all-inclusive enough? Go ahead and leave me a comment down below, message me, either way. But then I found things like the Labrador's lesbians, along with the butch lesbian flag, the lipstick lesbian flag, the trans-inclusive lesbian flag. Holy shit. There was a lot of flags for just one subset. And so I have a whole bunch of those put into different categories. So I've got lesbians on their own, I've got gay men, I've got, so one of them is transgender, and then there's the other two flags that kind of go along with it, transmasculine and feminine. I think I'm going to put all those in one video together, just because they do seem to fit. Demi, I'm probably going to put all together. You know, demi-boy, demi-girl, demi-gender, demisexual. Because that one is such an obscure label that I can't find too much information about, but what I can find, I may as well just put all those in one video. I've found like asexual, arrow ace, ace flux, arrow ace flux. I'm debating whether or not to have those last three kind of sets just as I put it. So ace and ace flux, its own video, arrow and arrow flux, its own video, arrow ace and arrow ace flux, its own video, or if I should put all of those together. You've got the different types of preferences. Like there's one that is fictosexual, where you are more sexually attracted to, well, it's those of us who like to read the book boyfriends. So I'm wondering if I should put some of the more obscure ones kind of together. And then some kind of confused me a little bit. I'm trying to write the videos without being offensive, because that's the biggest thing. Is I don't want to offend anybody. I want to inform people. So I know one video that I'm absolutely going to do is going to be bisexual, biromantic, and bigender. And yes, all bi together, all pan together. I figured that would probably be a good way of doing those. But some of the more obscure ones, like, I don't know where to put omni, but part of that makes me want to kind of put, so you've got omni-romantic, omnisexual, and then you've got subsets of that, which I do believe that like sapiosexual would be considered like under the omni umbrella. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But I do know that sapiosexual is somebody who is sexually attracted to intelligence. And as much as I know what I'm trying to say, I'm having a hard time remembering the wording to what I was going to say. So if I screw up or sound like I'm rambling, I do apologize. But I am looking into that, and some of it I am wondering if it would be appropriate really for me to cover. See, some of the flags that I've found are more specifically for those that are not of the same race. There are a few that are POC. I know I had somebody tell me not to really worry about doing the Two-Spirit, which you can kiss my butt. I know I do not look it. And I know it's far diluted. I do have Native in my heritage, in my family's history, and really I'm just trying to report on the different flags and give the information about it. And of course that's going to go a little low. But anyway, because I'm trying to do these reports, I want to do them justice, and so I probably will still cover those. I guess I want to get the perspective of others in that part of the community. So if you are, Native, POC, Asian, I welcome you to message me and let me know your theories, your ideals on the community, on the LGBTQIA plus community. And obviously I'm going to meet people that fit the bill too. There's a couple at work I'm going to talk to, because I'm pretty sure, I'm not going to go out and go, hey, yeah, you're gay, right? I think the way I'll probably word it is a little differently. There's a few that I know because we've discussed it, and I'll probably talk with them as well, because I feel more comfortable talking with them. But queer history and crafting will be happening. When I'm going to start is still semi up in the air. I'm hoping to start closer to June, so I'll have more of the history done. Stonewall riots I will probably do near its anniversary, which I believe is June 28th. And I'm going to ask that if you do not agree with my views, that if you go to say something in the comments, be kind with it. I have no problem with constructive criticism. What I cannot stand is hate. I don't want to deal with somebody trying to say that I'm wrong for who I love, who I sleep with, anything like that, because really what happens in my life and in my bed are none of your business. What I am actually doing is going off of history and facts. So I'm going to end this with a take care, live safely, and blessed be.